Ooh, let's make sure my speaker's on. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm on a little bit early, so I'm just getting my speaker set up. Hopefully you can, uh-oh. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, October 18th. It's actually my mother-in-law's birthday, so I just listened to my daughter singing happy birthday in the background. Let's see if I can see who's on. Who's ever on, please say hello. I'm going to set up, set up Instagram. Okay. Got everything on here. I can't see who's on. Whoever is on, hello and good morning. When you get on, please let me know if you can hear me. And then we'll get right into today's topic. So I'm Jessica Perez-Beebe. I'm here every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and where we talk about anything and everything that has to do with mindset and mindset hack that you can use in your life, or whatever share I have that's come up throughout the week with, that I see a lot with clients or in my group. I take from that and then I try to talk about it on here because most people are struggling with the same things. So today's topic is about risk, about taking risks, about why people take risks, why most people don't take risks or enough risks or big enough risks in their life. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about, what are the upsides and downsides of taking big risks in your life. Okay, so I'm curious to know if you take risks in your life, if you're one of the people who is a risk taker, or do you typically play it safe? Now, risk can be anything. It's, hi Bree. Bree, let me know, do you consider yourself a risk taker, or do you consider yourself more conservative with risks? I am trying to get Instagram set up, but it's not working. Sorry, IG, I might not be able to have you on today. I've got to get that fixed. So let's see. Got a bad connection. So do you consider yourself a risk taker? Think about that as we get into the topic. Oh, we finally got up on Instagram. Awesome. So I wanted to talk about this today because it's something I see so often with my coaching clients, just in people in general. Good morning, Instagram. So I'm live every Saturday on Facebook, but I pop on my Instagram video so you can tune in too. But if you want to watch, I don't get to look directly in the camera all the time, Instagram, so I'll be looking right into my computer. Bree, you said you take risks. Awesome. So today we're talking about risk taking, and I want to know if you feel like you take risks in your life, if you take enough, or if you don't take enough. So let's get right into the topic. Okay, so the reason I want to talk about risk today is because I see this so often. Not just with clients, I see it with friends, I see it with family members, I see it on social media, I see it with people who reach out to me, whether they're looking for help in their business or in their fitness, whatever it is. People want certain things in their life, right? Whether that's the big house, whether that's the fit body, whether that's, more money in the bank. Most people want a lot of the same things, okay? But most people don't do what it takes to get those things. Okay, so that is where this idea of taking risks come in. Okay, so when you look at the people that you admire, people who are living the lifestyle that you like, or who have, the physique that you, a physique that you like, or, they're making the kind of money that you want to make in your life, or they have the kind of relationship, or whatever it is, right? The people who you admire, who are really doing something big in their life, who are standing out in some way, for some reason to you, the one thing that you have to keep in mind is that those people took some kind of risk to get there, and they probably took a lot of risks to get there. So whether that's risking time with their friends and family because they, were focused on their fitness, whether that was they've risked investments, right? So they invested in something to get a return, right? They took a risk by putting their money in to then make more money. Whether that's they took a risk in a relationship, whatever it is that they have, they had to risk something to get it, right? They had to give up something. Whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's, they're risking being comfortable. Because anything big that we accomplish in our life, right, it took some moving forward through fear, right? We had to take a chance. We had to do something without having all the facts, right? So the point of what I'm talking about is, if you're someone who keeps saying that you want this, you want more than what you have in your life right now, whatever that is, then you need to take a step back and say, okay, here's something that I want for myself. Here's something that I want in my life. I don't have it now. What is it that I have not risked in order to get this, right? What is it that I need to do differently? Because I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you're missing out on that big breakthrough, that big moment, that big whatever it is, because you haven't done what's necessary to actually get it. You haven't done what that person or people who have that which you want, you haven't done what they've done. Hi, guys. Good morning. I see a lot of you getting on a little bit later. Okay, so I'll just use my example from being a fitness coach for so long. And then being a physique athlete. I can't tell you the number of people who would come up to me or send me emails or just reach out to me in some way and say, oh my God, I want what you have. I want that, physique, or I want this, or I want that. And then I would tell them exactly what I did to get it. And a lot of that included giving up some things, right? Whether that was giving up going out, whether that was, less time with my friends, whether that was more time in the gym, whatever it was, as soon as I shared it, not every person, but 9 out of 10 people, as soon as I shared that with them, oh, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. Oh, that's too much, right? So do you really want that thing that you say you want? Or do you kind of just, want to pretend that you do? You just want to talk about it, right? Because there's a difference about talking about something and doing something, okay? For example, right now, and I'm not going to go all the way into this, but right now there is a huge earning potential in a new currency, right? Cryptocurrency, if you guys have heard about it. So this is to me, this is kind of like getting in on the internet or Apple or, Google before it went big and nobody knew about it, right? There were those people, who invested a little bit of money, right? And then became billionaires because then it blew up, right? But the majority of people were sitting back saying, I'm not going to put my money in that because I don't know if it's going to be successful. Well, of course you don't know. Therein lies the risk. There's the risk with anything, right? So the people who take the risk, the people who do things without having all the facts, right? They don't need everything to be lined up perfectly. Those are the people who end up gaining the most, right? Whether that's in your relationship, a new job or career, investing money, hiring somebody, doing something different, right? Here's what people do 9 times out of 10. They right away go to what they have to lose as opposed to what they have to gain, right? So if I'm talking to somebody right now and telling them about, the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, you guys may have heard about this. For instance, if I'm talking to someone about that right now, most people go right away to, well, what do I have to lose? Well, if I invest this, if I take this money and put it in there, then, isn't it possible that I could lose this? Yes. It's also possible, much more possible, that your money is going to grow exponentially, because that's just the trend of what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. But no matter how many facts you give that person, they go automatically to what they have to lose. That is a loser mentality. I'm sorry to say that, but if you feel that way about one thing, that's the way you look at all things in your life. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I could look like that in 1 year if I stay focused on what I eat and my training and all of that, and don't give in to every little, temptation. Oh, I can have that in 1 year. But it will be hard. Oh, I'll have to give up this or I'll that. And, everyone goes to what they have to lose or what's going to be difficult. Right? Do you see that mentality? As opposed to going to the winner mindset, which is, if I do this, I'm going to get this. This is possible. This might happen, right? If you don't do those things, you don't have the chance for that to happen at all. So what would happen if, when you were considering something, right, that was something different, right? Something that you're weighing. Maybe it's to take a chance on changing a career. Maybe it's to hire a coach like me. Maybe it's to hire a fitness trainer. Maybe it's to decide that you're going to sign up for some kind of challenge or something. It could be anything. What if, when you're deciding whether or not to do something, you focus 95% of your energy and your language on what you actually have to gain, not on what you have to lose? What would happen if you did that? That's a mindset shift right there, right? Is that connecting with you guys? That's a mindset shift right there. When you go into something in your life, go into it with the attitude and the mindset of all the things that you have to win, to gain, because I can guarantee you, everything that you want is on the other side of the risks that you take. The people that you see doing huge things in their life, who are inspiring people, who are, living wealthy lives, who are having great relationships, who are doing whatever it is that they want, right? They are people who take risk after risk after risk. Risk after risk after risk. Look at your most accomplished athletes, public speakers. So, you see your people like Tony Robbins or even Oprah or whatever. They take risk, right? They're risking being laughed at, being ridiculed. Anybody who puts themselves out in public and talks about what they talk about and stands behind something, even politicians, it doesn't matter. They are taking a risk, right? The people who are sitting at home, staying comfortable, and are afraid to put themselves out there, they're not taking a risk. And so therefore, they're not getting over whatever big hump it is that they have in their life. Okay? So another example of, people not wanting to take a risk is, I hear this all the time about something is going to be too difficult. And I always say, so what? So what? Right? Get good at doing things that are difficult. That's the only way that becomes easier for you, right? Is by doing them. I signed up to run that half marathon last month because I hate running, but I kept saying to myself, so what? I don't have to love it to do it. As I get out there and train, now guess what? Running 4 or 5 miles is like no big deal to me. Whereas before it was like, oh my God, I don't want to run. I'd rather be in the gym lifting weights. Stop staying comfortable 100% of the time or even 50% of the time. There's no reward in that, right? A lot of times people are afraid because they just don't know what's on the other side, right? So even if people are miserable and they don't like their life or they don't like their relationship, they stay in it just because they know it, because they're afraid of what they don't know. But what you don't know is where all the gifts are. You know, what you haven't yet discovered is where all of the success is. It's where the breakthroughs are, right? So when you constantly go to that negative place that, but this could happen or that could happen, you're totally crushing your spirit, you know? You're crushing your spirit. You're crushing what's possible for you. Do you see that? Why would you do that to yourself, right? When you go to this might not work for me, as opposed to this could really work for me, it's like taking a little kid's dream and just crushing it, right? You wouldn't do that to a kid if they started telling you about the things that they want to do. Exactly. We get attached to our comfort zones. Instagram is alive today. Facebook, where are you? Are you connecting with me? Can I get some comments, some hearts, some thumbs up? I want to know that this is making sense to you, right? If there's something that, you know, that you want for yourself, that you want to, that requires you to make a purchase, for example, and you go to that place of what you're spending, right? When I spend money on something, I never look at it as money spent. I always look at it as money invested. Always. I do not care if I purchase something that later on I'm like, oh, I don't really, this isn't what I thought it was. It doesn't matter. I learned something from that, right? I never go to what I have to lose. I always go to what I have to win, learn, experience, right? Because yeah, you might lose something, but you're never going to win something or gain something if you don't take the risk of losing or winning, right? You're just going to be sitting back doing the same old thing all the time, right? So the one thing that I noticed, and I'm going to share this with you, I noticed that people who struggle the most with this idea of taking risks are the people who haven't had any real big wins in their life. And I don't say that with judgment. It's just what I've seen over and over again. The people who can't seem to wrap their mind around investing in something or doing something that's difficult, or just not taking risks, just not stepping outside of their comfort zone, it's because they haven't had any big wins or big successes yet in their life. They've been living in that comfort zone for so long that they don't even know what it feels like to experience those big wins. Okay? They don't even realize yet that it's the risk that brings the win. It's the risk that brings the success. It's the risk that brings the personal growth. And I'm telling you, once you've had that win, once you've taken that step to just do shit when you're afraid or you don't have all the facts, or, once you do that and then you get that big win, you get that breakthrough, you get that piece of success, you look in the mirror and you're like, holy shit, I stuck with it for a year. Look at what I did to my body. Or, wow. In my case, I took my last $7,000 and started a business. I started my personal training studio. I completely doubled, tripled, quadrupled that, within like 6 months. And then you look and you're like, wow, it was worth it. Was I going to miss that $7,000 if I had to close the doors? No. Who cares? It's all energy. The people who are afraid and holding on to money are the people who are slaves to money for the rest of their life. Same thing with relationships, same thing with risks in your career, with anything. All that fear, all that holding on to fear and staying in your comfort zone, that makes you a prisoner in life. You're not really living life fully. Once you get those big wins and you get on the other side of that, everything gets easy. I take risks now without even second guessing myself. Most people talk themselves out of the win that's waiting for them on the other side. Don't do that to yourself. Is that what you're not here for that kind of life, are you? Maybe you don't care. Maybe you don't want to take risks. Maybe you don't want to have big wins in your life. And if that's the case, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those of you who say repeatedly, I want this, I want to live bigger, I want to think bigger, I want to have a bigger impact on the world. Then guess what? You need to take more risks. You need to be all in, not one toe in. You need to be all in. Right? Jump in the pool, get in there, right? When you put your toe in, it's freezing. When you put your whole body in, you're immediately adjusted to the temperature, okay? So stop caring if you've got something to lose, because you always have something to gain. Take risks in your life. If you want to have a big life, if you want to have a meaningful life, if you want to impact others, if you want more for yourself, if you want to have more money in your life, more love, more adventure, more excitement, if you want to have a more meaningful career, if you want to learn more, if you want to grow more, if you want to get out of whatever rut you're in right now, stop doing the same thing you've been doing over and over again and take a risk, take a chance, do something differently. I hope this helped you guys. Facebook, you haven't been that active. Instagram, you always are. Love you guys. I put a little link right here in the text box or comment, whatever, up here. That is a link to my Women Who Manifest Miracles group. If you want to join us there, if you want to learn how to manifest in your life, to think differently, to start being the director of the energy in your life, come on over and join us on Instagram. Just go to my bio and you'll have every link possible there. Also, we're in the middle of a huge Black Friday sale for my online course, The Get Set Method. $97 flipping dollars. That's what you spend on a weekend on dinner and drinks. So that course right now is hugely discounted, more than 85%, and it includes a free coaching call with me so that you can apply everything you learned in the course to your life, and I give you a specific plan, set you up to win, win, win. So you've got that. You've got the Women Who Manifest Miracles group. Come on over and join us, or go ahead and take a risk with, it's not a big risk, $97 to get coached by me and to have me walk you through my online course, The Get Set Method, which teaches you how to shift your mindset, execute on your goals, and thrive in your life. This is the same method I've used for every single goal that I've accomplished in my life, every single transformation I've made, every tragedy in my life. Everything starts and ends with mindset. Once you got that, guys, life is easy. Okay? Thanks for joining me. If you missed any of this on IG, go over to facebook.com/coachmymindset. Hey, Cheryl. And you can get it all there. Okay? Love you guys. Have a beautiful weekend. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm not advertising for Nike, but I'm going to the gym. See you guys. Take care.